$672,000 each.
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on! Ah! Yes!
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Friday, August the 2nd. It is the jobs report day today, and being that it is just 3:15 in the morning over there on the East Coast, let me bring this over to you so that you can all have exciting mornings. VIX 2059 just started. 2102 waiting right there above. So anyway, good morning, everybody. I just want to give you a quick recap because it is Friday. I will give you a warning as well because it has been an exceptionally great week that if you did not have faith, if you did not have the opportunity because you're making somebody else a millionaire because you're working and today's is the only day that you can trade, take your foot off the gas and don't try and replicate the amazingness that, unfortunately, the stupid motherfucker who works over there at that fucking gas company over there in California will never, ever be able to experience ever again because he made the greatest mistake of his life. S&P futures are down greater than 1% here overnight. And the reason is, while everybody has had their horse blinders on, all looking at AI, all looking at what's going on with the big Mega 7 stocks, the Japanese yen carry forward trade has been digging a fucking hole down into the center of the fucking earth. And it's now showing itself. And everything is all coinciding and it's all imploding all at the same time. S&P futures are down 1% right now. Yesterday you had a 155.74 point range on the SPX. This is the biggest range since the October bottom of 2022. I just want that to kind of sink in a little bit. And what I did was, over here, I had the opportunity. I've spoken with these couple of these guys before, Kevin Hart, Logan Paul, but I had the opportunity to actually get to meet The Rock by phone yesterday, discussing about the upcoming IPO that we've got coming, changes that we've made, spreads off track. So for what it's worth, the number of times that we had plus 100 point ranges since the January 2022 all-time highs. In 2022, we had 37. 2023, we had 5. 2024, this year, we have had 4. I believe I can go through them here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, I've got to extend it. I hate doing this. Unhide rows. Because my data goes back to when Trump won. Here's number 3, April 15th. Here's number 4 on April the 4th, when we started to correct, even though we put in our highs there on March 28th before we had that little 5% correction, which is what we have now. We didn't have any for the rest of the previous point, prior point, however in the fuck the English goes that you say it. Prior to that, 155.74. On these big range days, we've tended to close green the day after. 3 of these were this year sell days. Only April 15th, the one closed down the next day, and it was only down minus 10 points, and it only traded in a 40-point range. Now, understand, we are down 1% ahead of the jobs report, which the jobs report could give everybody the little tickle under their fucking butthole that we're going to go and cut rates in September. Rate cuts are coming, and I've shared everything about rate cuts with you already. Only the March red closed down. The next day was red. This was in 2023 when we placed the bottom 2 days after that. Other than that, in 2023, the 5 that we had, we closed green the next day. So again, just giving you a little heads up, giving you a little bit of a, how it all works there. And you've got your spread trade for today if you want to take that risk. Yesterday, 55.10, 55.05s as we're opening at 55.37 and up there at 55.66. And I'm over here talking about getting your $4 credit on 55.10, 55.05 with the gap being 55.22. And people are looking at me like, what is wrong with you? Why are you talking about this? But these are new guys, and I appreciate that, because you've only been here for however many days or weeks you've been, and you're seeing 150, 150, 100, 100, 150, 125s, and you're going, fuck it, $4 credit? What the fuck is this? Well, as you know, we closed below 55.05. You got your 400%. And again, having mentioned it, right there where, we'll scroll through it because my memory is not as good as it used to be. 54.46 is magic. That was at 10 o'clock in the morning. Bear with me. You guys got, things to do. 2 o'clock. Don't forget about 5446 support, you risk takers. 54.40, 54.45 puts. We closed 5446.68. And yeah, I am smiling on the outside, but I'm still not, I still don't feel satisfied because not everybody is hitting the same pitches that are being thrown at them. There's people out there that are scared shitless. They're taking trades off early. They're trying to do it all on their own. They're not messaging me directly, and there's nothing I can do about that. I mean, here, the 55.25 gap fill puts, $7. They drop down to $4. I mean, how in the fuck do you take a trade like that at 7 and close it at 10? It doesn't make any sense to me. I'm here. I'm fucking here. I'm dedicated to you. So you got your QQQ here of big, humongous down day, down 3.20%. We had the down 3.77%, just a week prior to that, 724. And again, what you're looking at here, okay, what you're looking at, closing below 465, which is fucking guaranteed. You're going to have 4 red weeks in a row on the QQQ. Come back to the SPX. When we close below 54.76 today, we are going to have 3 red weeks in a row. These aren't numbers that you just go around and start fucking betting against, having had a pretty picture fucking perfect play all the way down to where we are. So yeah, definitely expecting to see that the preferred count that we have is going to work. And IWM over here, having had those 3 green weeks in a row, you are going to be looking at your first red week, and you are breaking down to 1538, which is already busted here pre-market. The correction has now kicked in on the Dow Jones and on the Russell 2000. And I'll get to that in a couple of minutes because, again, going through your email yesterday, going through your unbelievably fucking setup in the beginning of the week, seeing us here down 53.81.10, right on down to that 53.90, overnight, doing it, breaking the problem overnight, just like we broke that problem overnight with the big gap up that we had that we just filled yesterday. It's a video game, people. It's a video game. Stop focusing your attention on your money and focus on your data. Focus on your data. Focus on your charts. They're not going to fucking lie to you. They're not. Futures. We still, because of these big wiggles that we are getting to upside, downside, bang, 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 that allows for your technical indicators to have been wiggled, and we are not oversold. Even though we are down 1%, we are not oversold. We're not. The NASDAQ is down 1.8%, down below the March highs, and it is not oversold. So this can still rip your fucking face off if you try to be some cute, smart fucking bastard and say, I'm going to go buy the dip. This is a discount here. Doing one-on-one calls with you all, you have all heard me tell you over the previous 2 months, close all your positions. But it's totally up to you what you do, because it's your life, it's your bed, it's your husband, it's your wife, it's your passport. So I bring you over here and we talk about here. Now, SPX, like I shared, now that the way that it morphed on that big gap up that we had there on Wednesday, ABC, ABC. So you got your 3 waves, and now what we're looking for is the 5 waves down. Now the big one. This here, we should see the one, as we are already broken below that 53.90. We should see this wave 1 somewhere down here around the 53.50 area. Bring you over here onto your Thanksgiving chart. This is your June CPI gap from June, 53.74.95. Sweet home Alabama, sitting right there at 53.30. On that, we should get our bounce. And our bounce should, again, with the respect being at 54.85, 54.46, we should not accept anything greater than 54.46 on the bounce. Where we go from there, we'll talk about it over the weekend. Go back this way. On the QQQ, same shit. That gray zone, I had it here because that was where I was looking for the bounce. The bounce didn't come until here, which was yesterday and the night prior. And look at your absolute fucking ripoff. We are not down 10.54%. We are down a little bit more than 10.54%. And we are right back down to that 449, the March highs. We are right down to that big 448.27 pivot. And that 442.26 is sitting there waiting right below, which I really do not think that we have the opportunity to get down to it. But what you have here on the NASDAQ is a clean 5 waves down. This is the only one that is showing any potential about being bullish because it is 5 waves down. We will see, but that's what we're looking at the moment, is that we have come to a rest area. And again, 4 red weeks in a row. Next week should be green. Doesn't mean that it's going to 470. Doesn't mean that it's going to 480. Just means that we should get a green week next week, which is higher than where we open on Monday. That's all. Wrong way. On the VIX, here you go. Here's your 2102. Here's your 2102. 2102, what does 2102 mean? 2102 essentially means, oh, baby, I love you. Oh, baby, oh, come on. Oh, baby. And then your phone rings and it's your wife calling. 2102. It's the end of the end of the end of the end of the end. So from an algorithm, from a video game, this should be the end of this wave dip. For now, like I said, where we are looking at this completing 4 red weeks in a row, this coming down and producing the 1, and then getting our wave 2 bounce. This should be the end of the dip, what we are living in right now. Maybe it's even over today. But all over here on the Nikkei, over in Japan, you're fucked. Fucked. And the Nikkei, as you can see here, zooming out, you have already taken out your April lows. Taken them out, wiped them the fuck out. And we are right down here into the middle of January, end of January support level, impeding on that 2024 open level, which is exactly where the SPX should be headed for, which is that 2024 open as we go into the elections, but it's just happening a little bit faster. On your DIA, on your IWM, here we are. Boom, finished. Looking at a 30-day after it jumped on that CPI report back in July. Coming down here into 214 is the beginning, and you got nothing but a bunch of fucking suckers that were buying up there to get all of those people out from way back over here in all of 2020 or 2021 that were just waiting for a chance to get the fuck out. They're out. So yeah, you are toast when it comes to IWM. Breaking down there below that 210 area and filling that gap, which is from back on, again, July 11th. You come down here to your July 10th, which is CPI, 207.21, which is what we were playing for. Potentially seeing that break below 200. On the Dow Jones, again, we were looking at that bullish 4, but this move that you have had down has now negated that. So we come out and we zoom out again. Coming off of those April lows, AB, boom, boom. We break down here below this 399. All bets are off for the bullish side, and we start looking at this from a bearish point of view with 396 and then a confirmation down at 386, which will already be pushing down onto the May, the June, and the April lows over here. NVIDIA, you're fucked. You're absolutely fucked. NVIDIA is going to be reporting earnings in 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks, 3 more weeks, some shit like that. NVIDIA is screwed. Big gap over here to get filled from earnings back in May 22. And your move to the downside should be targeting right around that 95 area. Breakdown below 95, you're looking down there at 88. NVIDIA, everybody who followed Nancy Pelosi, you deserve exactly what you got. Apple, showing you here a 1-minute chart of Apple that reported earnings last night. 218.36 is where they closed, currently at 219.60. If this isn't a clear message as to why you do not trade earnings, here's Amazon, looking at a 1-minute chart, closed at 184, currently down at 171. Okay, I'll give it to you. But again, over on Amazon and the pricing on Amazon and the way that Amazon has traded, coming right down now to the April lows. Not much meat on the bone over there on Amazon. And again, it being the big weight that it is, that's what you're going to be looking at for it. So anyway, guys, I have everything that you need. I have everything that you want. I have everything that anybody could desire when it comes to data, philosophies, psychological ways to not fuck your brain, like I told you, Marge, about, oh, I sold this too early, da-da-da. Well, you thought about it, you wrote it, and then you read what you wrote. So 3 times you just put into your brain negativity. You can't do those kind of things. So I leave you with one last thought, and it was something that came to me last night.
I want to see the real you.
And it was actually explaining to me what I didn't know, because I really don't know why I do this. I mean, even Finman messaged me. He's like, dude, you work like 24 hours a day. You never stop working. I'm like, well, it's because I want all of you to have the opportunities that I've had. I wish I would have had my opportunities earlier in life, but I didn't take advantage of them. I just enjoyed being on the beach, drinking beer. 10 years. It's not so much just to have faith in God. You got to do things that allows God to have faith in you. And you're not going to buy your way to heaven, whether you believe in heaven or you don't believe in heaven. This isn't about a religious topic here. You all made bank this week. You made it fucking rain. Take care of those people that need help. Buy their groceries. Fill their gas up, their car up with gas. Do something nice just out of doing something nice to other people. Don't be a greedy prick. And don't be some selfish, stupid motherfucker like the guy I had to kick out yesterday. Enjoy your weekend. I'm doing one-on-one calls. About 7 of you have already asked for them. Those of you with the IPO that want to have discussions, message me. Obviously, I've got better relationships with you than some of you have with Mike. Those of you that have already dealt with Mike, email him, contact him. They're going to be making another trip out there in August, and everything is completely Brayonless now. So we no longer have any fucking thing holding us back, which we had because of Brayon Prescott before. Enjoy your weekend.